Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Jimmy Cirrito.
Oh, James Cirrito?
James Cirrito is is a good pal. He is he's the king of the wings in Northern Virginia. He's a very nice man. He's been texting me because he knows I'm coming back into town, but and he's been putting Facebook messages up there as well. Mm-hmm. But the thing about Jimmy is because I'm not there in Northern Virginia anymore, I don't follow what's going on, and I still have in the back of my head when it comes to Jimmy's expansion and his new restaurant that he's going to build.
Right.
I have that joke, which was a joke from Oscar Santana months ago, that this is some kind of Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
And so this is it. So first of all, I haven't been in touch with Jimmy. The last time I'm there, I have gone through and looked at his empty shell where everything's going to go, the kitchen, the bar, the bathrooms. I've seen that maybe 9 times. I've been over there a bunch of times.
He loves bringing you in there and making you walk on the failing floor.
I know that perhaps at one point there was a desire to do this. Yes, Oscar.
I was just doing some TMOS math here, the Mike O'Mara Show math. Since Jimmy broke ground on the Buffalo Wing,
yes.
We've had one recession end. We've had Mike move 2 times to 2 different states.
Right.
We've had a studio change. We are now in Washington, D.C.
Oh, Mike has had a daughter graduate high school.
Yeah.
And bump Oscar's level up a little bit for me there, Rob, if you don't mind.
We've also had what's really phenomenal, if you think about it. We have got a presidential race that has completely changed the landscape of politics.
It has.
And it's so early.
In the short time that we've been waiting for this Buffalo Wing to start.
And meanwhile, I don't know the months or the years, but this is the August 30th post.
Okay.
With Jimmy standing next to the old man who owns the TV repair shop next to him. And tell me what I'm supposed to infer from this post.
All right.
It reads as follows.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Klaus. He's one of the original owners of Telefix. He personally designed and created the Telefix sign in 1970.
Wow.
He instructed me to tear the place down and start fresh. Stand by, friends. I'm not giving up.
All right, Mike, here's your inference, right?
What the hell is going on? You go in there more than anybody. What's going on? Your father goes there.
First of all, Mike, the brilliance of calling a television repair shop Telefix cannot be overestimated.
Well, don't pick on poor Klaus. He's not part of this fight at all.
Well, he is
but
really.
You're picking on Klaus, and we're picking on the wrong guy.
Sign,
Klaus
Mike.
bought a brick.
Yeah, he did. I'm sure Klaus couldn't leave without buying a brick.
The Parade of Tears, or the Parade of Bricks, as it's called. And
the Trail of Bricks.
Spilled wing sauce all over them.
Nothing has seemed to advance. Now, I know there's been several watershed moments since groundbreaking.
Yeah.
One was moving a telephone pole.
Yeah, the city.
Right? One was, and I know that Mayor Merkel has been nothing but helpful. But
she's a wonderful lady.
She's great.
That lady is absolutely terrific. I'm very fond of her. She's a great mayor. I wish we'd had one like that in Manassas, but that's not possible because they had the same dinosaur douche that had been a mayor for like 500 years, and he was a dick.
Mike,
does your son watch that cartoon on Nickelodeon, Dinosaur Douche?
Dinosaur douche.
Mike,
you know what he's watching? Oscar will like that. You know what he's watching now, Oscar?
What's this?
What?
Go Diego Go.
Oh, nice.
Robert was
Go
a big
Diego
fan.
Go.
Yeah.
And incidentally, I'm not a big fan of Go Diego Go, and it's not for the reasons you might think. I'm not a fan of Diego because that's the way he talks every time. And that's the way every single line is delivered on Go Diego. I sure wish that we knew what was going on with Jimmy's expansion.
Mike, Go Diego Go rather is like Prizzi's Honor compared to what it was spun off from, which is Dora the Explorer.
Okay, it was Dora the Explorer
Yeah,
that
and
started
Dora,
that
Dora
begat
also
that.
speaks
Mike,
like that. Yeah.
let's
Yes.
get back to the subject at
Yeah,
hand.
Yes,
here.
I know it's hard to with Bobo in here. It really is today. I want to find out what's going on with Jimmy. But now, Rob, you see, this falls in that category. You've probably been in that restaurant more than anybody on the whole crew, probably, right?
I would agree. Yeah.
And what the hell is he up to? That's what I want to know.
He's all about still the selling of bricks and tiles and
The
fundraising.
coming soon sign has faded.
Yeah, it has. It has. But I think the problem is that when Jimmy hits a roadblock, he sort of postpones the promotion. When things are going well, everybody come over and see what we've done at
He
Telefix.
tells everybody what's going on. The power company's taking down the pole today.
Yeah, but but if there's some sort of weird, sort of vague notion of problems where he says, I'm not giving up hope, that's when he clams up about actual details. So,
well,
who
here's
knows
the thing
what's
about
going
it.
on?
I
I
know
believe in him.
from personal experience. I know that the bureaucracy in Northern Virginia,
yeah.
especially if you're trying to run a bar, they hate single proprietors.
Town.
You
And
know
you
what
know
they
what?
like? They you know what they like? They like TGI McFridigans.
Yep.
They love those. They'll poop those out in 50 different locations in 10 minutes. If you're a sole proprietor that does goofy things like lighting your bar on fire, they're going to make things difficult for you. So
And he's also got, Mike, he's got the added curveball because remember, once we sell all the bricks, we're making an outdoor beer garden and it's never been done before.
Yeah,
So they've got to
yeah.
deal with that, which is,
Yeah, I
an
know.
outside liquor license. But it troubles
what's
me.
he not giving up on? It does not giving a that to me that's the Jimmy's passive. I don't know who's more passive
He's not
aggressive.
giving up on Telefix.
That's right.
Yeah, he's nice, Jimmy. He's everybody's friend. Drives me nuts. I don't know why we're buddies. I swear to God, he's the opposite of me.
Because,
I swear to God.
Because he's always there for you. If you need him, he's always there
Always
for
has
you.
been.
So many people that I like and that I surround myself with can be a tad passive aggressive. You two guys, you're what's left. Do you know why? Because neither one of you is passive aggressive. You're not. Neither one of you is passive aggressive. Yeah, Rob is non-confrontational. Oscar is over-confrontational.
Right.
But neither one of you do the thing. Like, for example, would you like to read a post from the poster boy of passive aggressive?
Sure.
This
All right.
is Jimmy Cirrito?
No, this is another friend of
Oh,
ours.
another friend.
This is the man from the Great White North, the great state of Vermont.
Okay.
Our good friend who
Marcus
celebrated a
Cirrito.
birthday, Marcus Cirrito.
Oh,
Okay,
this guy.
Now Marcus got thousands of birthday greetings, including me. I sent him a nice greeting. I said the show's going great, continued success, and congratulations on everything that's going well. And I listened
That
to
was
the
really
entire.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, the last Omericast, he had Merle Rogers on. I listened to it in its entirety, and it was wonderful. But I know now why Marcus drives me insane sometimes, because this is Marcus's personality, perfectly summed up.
All right.
And let me read it to you. Okay, 9 hours ago, this is last night. I guess last night, the end of his birthday.
Sure.
He writes this. He goes, "Well, my birthday is now past. It was full of work. Elise did her best to make it great." Okay, that first sentence, it's like, what's the problem?
Wow.
Did you have a bad birthday, Marcus? Is that what you're sharing? Then he writes this. It's no one's fault. It is just timing. Marcus, wait, it's your birthday. Are you telling us that life sucks? What's going on here?
Grown up. Everybody
Yes.
works on their birthdays.
And everybody's
Exactly.
birthday sucks.
How
Right,
about,
all
we
right.
stop celebrating these things that just happen every year?
I know this. I know Celine tried her best.
I know.
Celine
That's
tried her
exactly
best
what it is.
with
Here
her
it goes on.
beautiful
It goes on.
cheese and ham birthday cake.
All that being said, it was a good day because of all the happy birthday messages and love from my family and friends. At 40, now he gets good again. At 45, my life is full of things I didn't think possible
He's
10
only
years ago.
45?
He's 45.
Wow, he
Yeah, that's
looks a little older than
some
that.
hard years.
Yeah.
At 45, my life is full of things I didn't think possible 10 years ago. I'm pursuing my passion for radio, which I held as a regret for not chasing more diligently in youth. All thanks to Mike, Rob, Oscar, and Hall Communications.
Oh, isn't that
Nice.
sweet?
Very nice. Love getting the props. Now it fills my life. My business is doing well, even though it consumes my downtime the last couple of weeks.
Wow. That's
Okay,
more
so what is it?
passive-aggression.
Is it? Yes. What's going on, Marcus? Is it good or is it bad?
Do you
What's going
want
on?
to be busy working, or
I
do you not
don't
want
know.
to be busy working?
I don't know. I got this brand new gold watch, but it's so heavy.
Then he mentioned somebody he works with. I won't put that in there. Let me not forget the pride I hold for my children. That's nice. He says,
that's sweet.
Lynn and Ben are still amazing me with what they can do. Their potential is limitless. That's not quite passive aggressive, but it's right on the borderline.
Well, here's where
okay?
it is. Here's where it leans towards the PA, is because he talks about their potential and
Yes.
not what they're doing. He's like,
Exactly.
you could really. Have you ever had a kid that didn't do quite enough?
Okay, now don't say that. That's
How
Rob.
dare
That's
you.
not me.
How dare
No,
you.
That's
that
that's
was a
Rob.
character.
Marcus, when you have your meltdown, Marcus, when you have your tantrum, please, when you tell 40 people that I'm in the Antichrist, that's Rob Spiewak that said that. Direct all of it at Rob Spiewak. That's
And-
Rob commenting on those kids.
And while
Thank
Mike
you.
says that, and you go out and you talk about how bad I am, I really hope that Steve Mermelstein defends me.
Okay. And then the last sentence, I'm sorry to have rambled, but just like on the Rob and Joe show, I usually say very little until it matters. Thank you all again. Be well.
Be well.
And then a
want
smiley
for
face
president?
emoji, and then feeling thankful. That's it.
Sweet.
So,
Everyone needs
all
an
I know-
outlet, Mike.
And that's
Yeah,
true. And
that's true,
also,
that's
he
true.
wanted to passively but aggressively remind everyone that you can hear him on the Rob and Joe show.
That's terrific. Oh, because he's on the Rob and Joe show?
Yeah,
Is
because
that
he's
what it
helping
is?
out, but he's on. He pipes
he's
in.
on.
Edits their show.
But he
Oh, I
also
see.
pipes
Or
in.
does he produce it now?
Executive producer.
God
Is that
bless
why
him.
he doesn't talk, like he waits an hour and 19 minutes to talk about our show? Is that the reason for that?
You know,
now?
I noticed that too. There was
Right.
there was a long
Yeah.
time before he got to what we
Is
would like
he
to call the
sleeping
mothership.
with the enemy?
No, he's
you know.
sleeping with Celine.
There is no enemy on the Moore Network.
That's
Let me
true.
point that out.
That's
there are
right.
no
That's
enemies.
true.
No enemies on the Moore
Yes.
Network. But after reading Jimmy and reading Marcus, let me just say,
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
You do understand English. This isn't that complex. Look, the cafeteria's down the hall, to the right, and downstairs.
Hey, is that a new kid or something?
Napoleon, this is Pedro. Would you mind showing him where his locker is?
Sure. You know, there's like a buttload of gangs at this school. This one gang kept wanting me to join because I'm pretty good with the bow staff. Do you ride the bus to school?
No, I ride my bike.
What kind of bike do you have?
It's a sledgehammer.
Dang, you got shocks, pegs, lucky. You ever take it off any sweet jumps?
Do you think people will vote for me?
Heck yes, I'd vote for you.
If I win, you could be my secretary or something.
Sweet. Plus I could be your bodyguard too. Or like Secret Service captain or whatever.
Okay.
Up next, I hope you'll enjoy a skit by Pedro Sanchez.
If you vote for me, all of your wildest dreams will come true. Thank you.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
basically the exact same thing all the candidates are saying in Iowa.
That's right. That's right.
Coming to you live from the Cappy Pfeiffer studio in the heart of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. On the air and online worldwide, the Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it. If you're here, you do too. Our show today brought to you by Harry's. I was right on the cusp today because I've been using this Harry's blade for so long that I didn't know, and I said, no, I just don't want to say goodbye to it because it's just lasted so long.
Forever.
And
They last forever.
and it's doing a great job. And had a 2-dayer to knock off the 2-day shaveroo, and it's fantastic. I love my Harry's with my little sterling silver handle. It's beautiful.
Yes.
I wake up to a better shave, a razor that feels great in my hand and on my face. And I wake up knowing that I didn't spend a fortune on razor blades. Harry's.com, started by two guys who are passionate about creating a better shaving experience. That means you get a razor 3 high-quality German-engineered blades, and a bottle of the best shaving cream ever with their starter set. Shipped straight to your door for just $10. How do they do it? Harry's bought a razor factory in Germany that's been making the highest quality blades for nearly a century. They ship from the factory straight to you. That cuts out the middleman, so you get the best shave and factory direct prices. The prices are phenomenal.
Unreal.
All you have to do is order it one time, and you'll know that you got the deal. Say goodbye to choosing between expensive brands or cheap disposables, and say hello to Harry's. High-quality blades at a price you will love. Go to harrys.com right now and enter the promo code TMOS at checkout to get $5 off your first purchase. That's a month's worth of shaving for just $10 with the TMOS code at checkout. Remember, harrys.com and our code TMOS. It's the best. And really, we love that relationship because we all use it. And thank you, Harry. So, yeah, it was just a strange little surfing, with Marcus Cirrito and with Jimmy Cirrito. And other than that, my son got up at 5 o'clock today, and the big difference is he didn't stay in his little pack and play, which we use up here. And you would think, well over 2 years old, probably time for him to start doing that. We, there are a couple of milestones that I haven't shared with you guys about Michael William O'Mara. One was I was over in another town with my family, with my sister and my brother-in-law and my niece and her husband, and I got a FaceTime from Carla because she was at the neighbor's house, and then she had come home, and the FaceTime with everybody standing there on the street as we're walking along was a little turd where he had dropped his first little turd in the potty. And it's just,
I noticed when we were in Vegas about a year ago, you are as likely to FaceTime her as you are to call her. You FaceTime with her a lot.
Well, no, not as much as you might think, but this is when we FaceTime. I FaceTime with my daughters all the time. That's what I do with them. But this was, I had no idea what was going on. And I see Carla's face, and she says, "Hi, Daddy," and then it moves over, and it's in bright light. I'm on the street, and it's a sunny day, and then she moves it over to him, and he's like. and then slowly the phone moves around right over to the commode, and there it was.
Beautiful.
There was his little dollop that he hasn't done it since. So, but I mean, this is a work in progress, and he's, I guess, for anybody
sort
that's
of
had
young for that, isn't it? Young for potty training?
He might be,
because we just finished with Robert.
I was 16 myself. And,
right between second and third period.
Yeah. They had to force me.
Sure.
I would have gone to my freshman year of college, but there was that one incident on the school bus, and the principal's office said, "You can't do that here. You just can't do that here." That was, and I'm an old guy, so I was around before they had adult diapers, so it was very, very difficult. But no, he seems to be at a point in his life right now where things are happening faster.
Yep.
Like one of the things we're going to go out and do, and I hope you don't think I'm a bad parent for doing this, is that today, after the show is over, I'm going to get a one of those little hook locks for the outside of his door because we're terrified now that he was up this morning, jumped out of, and opens the door, and we're near water down here. He can walk across the street into busy traffic, and then if he goes half a mile down the road, there's the Pacific, the Atlantic Ocean. There.
Honey, where's the car?
And I say Pacific Ocean because I'm exhausted.
I understand.
I am exhausted.
No, but you mean you would put almost like on a screen door. It's a eye hook.
That's exactly what is that the one? Is that the kind you use?
Yeah, we put that on Robert's door.
Because that's you don't need like a bolt lock. You don't need a bolt lock.
I think they have child-proof door openers now. Well, they sell little plastic pieces. You can actually get on Amazon if you like.
Or a knob. You could call it a door
knob.
No,
it's not a door.
You ever let up? You ever take your foot off the gas pedal for 1 second?
It's not
I understand. I'll wait 4 days. I will do that. I'll do it. I'm sorry. I said that I'm going to go get something. I should. I misspoke.
Okay.
Oscar
I had
immediately
the same talk with Rob yesterday. I said, "Can you please go to?" Because he said he went to Radio Shack, and I said, "Can you just shop through Amazon?"
Do you have any conception of how much stuff we have purchased during this summer? It's practically breaking my bank. It's Amazon.
Counts.
I am going to go. Let me do it right now.
Yay! There you go.
Yeah, there you go. I will do that. But I think that I don't know if I want to use the child-proof door thing. I'd rather just put a simple little hook,
like the little hook
and lock. That's more security. You know what I mean?
He could outwit the childproof thing.
Because he's got a. I remember my sister had them. You had to squeeze both sides like a medicine
it
bottle,
goes.
right?
Oh, okay. It's the thing. It's like a bulb.
Yes.
That goes over the doorknob, and then you have to squeeze it to turn the knob. However, Mike, do you have the kind of door openers that are handles as opposed to knobs?
They're the round knobs.
Okay,
so the
then
round
this
knobs
would work.
for the bedrooms, and
usually don't put those
it's the
in
handle
houses for older people.
It's the handle. It was a young couple we bought the house.
Understood.
That's what it is. All right, I'm gonna go.
Those
I'm
ramps.
going right now. I'm going right now to Amazon.
They've got the really low appliances.
Yeah.
The stove is only 20 inches off the ground.
The deck that Tim Bertina's cousin built has a ramp on it.
And rails. Very
by the way,
rails.
hey, look at my homepage. There it is with my giant patio umbrella that I got. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, the giant patio umbrella, and then my stand for that umbrella.
Give us your credit card number.
That's right.
No, thank you. Let me see. Childproof. Okay. Childproof handles.
Doorknobs.
Door childproof will get you there.
That's good.
Proof.
Boom, bam.
Door.
I was actually in Target the other day, and I found one of those little.
Would you please buy something from Amazon?
No, I was there. I was there with my sister. She was grocery shopping.
I understand. I'm only giving
He
you.
doesn't buy anything that's not on Amazon.
Well, what
It's
was
like,
great-
no. But you're starving. You're not going to get any food. Get it on Amazon.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
What was great is I found a little phone holder for your car. You
Yes.
put in there, so your GPS if you were using
Sure,
Waze.
sure.
And it was $10 cheaper on Amazon.
All the time.
Yeah,
This
all the
happens
time.
all the time.
I love showing people this because my sister was going to get one, and I said, just order on Amazon. Through our link.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
And then
you'll
she's-
save $10, and it'll be here tomorrow.
The other reason she went to Target was to buy a Oscar-proof doorknob, so he would stop visiting Los Angeles.
Oh, I love it.
I'll
there.
tell you, the best money I ever spent though was on that Fargo that on Amazon Prime that I got.
Oh, yeah.
I got that and I enjoyed. We knocked it out last night. Knocked the end of season 1.
Right.
I have a question. Is there that we are in as far as Fargo watchers? We are now going into season
2.
3.
Season 2.
Oh, this is season 2 that's coming.
Yeah.
It's not season 1.
No. No, it's not season 1. You just watched season 1. It's season 2.
I thought
So you're all caught up.
Well, I thought there was season 1 and then season 2.
This is season 2 is the one that's
Season
coming
2's coming.
up. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
A little disappointed. I thought there was maybe 3 of them. I didn't know that.
No, you got 2.
Okay, I'm not an idiot, you know. I just didn't know that. Because I was on Amazon last night and I put in Fargo, and then they have Fargo season 1, Fargo the movie, and then up in the little icons up there they had season 2.
Maybe you can
and I
pre-order
clicked
it.
on it and nothing happened. So
Pre-order.
it's
Season
I
2
think
comes to FX on October 12th.
Yeah. Around the corner, Mike. Around the corner.
My wedding anniversary.
exciting.
So I
That's
think
it.
I know what I'll be doing.
While you're here.
That's right.
Which wedding anniversary is it going to be?
Can you believe it's been 19 years?
That 19 years of marriage?
Yes.
Isn't that great?
Oh my God! Wow,
1996 since Rudy watched that beer can in the church parking lot.
what is 20? What is 20? What is that? That's gotta
Suicide.
be a
It's suicide pact. Mike.
Is that tin? Is that
I
tin?
don't know what 20 is. Let me look it up real quick. Tin might be a good answer.
What is it? It goes wood.
Well, hey, so not anymore. Not after 20 years.
There's silver. Silver is 25.
I know one is paper, right? The
Is
first
it?
anniversary is paper.
Who? What are you going to give her?
You know.
Oh.
No,
Are you
I
guys-
think
have
for
you
the
talked about
20th
gifts?
For the 20th, we'll probably take a cruise.
Oh,
we
that's
took
sweet.
a cruise, I think, for our 10th, and we'd like to do another
When are
cruise.
you going to stop being white trash?
What? I'll never.
Oh, come on.
It's dying.
Why
in
is
the
he
wool.
white trash for taking a cruise?
Because these cruises, all we talk about on the show is these cruises going wrong, and that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, he's got diarrhea for a week.
Our cruise was fantastic.
Pony.
You're really going to go on a cruise?
That has been discussed. Or also, we've mentioned Hawaii.
See, that's classy. Like
Thank
that.
you, Oscar. Glad
Like
you
that.
approve.
Should get on that. Splurge. Live a little.
Too bad you can't come with us. I know that would make it even better.
You know who has a timeshare there? Someone we know.
Oh, Anthony.
Yes.
Anthony Perkins.
Yes.
The traditional 20th anniversary gift. Oh, this will probably be what Donald Trump will get me. China.
China.
The modern gift is platinum. The gemstone is emerald. The flower is the daylily. And popular songs 20 years ago. Well, this doesn't make any sense because this is not yet. It was a Love Shack in Funky Cold Medina. And the price of gasoline, if you were married on this day in 1995, $1.02 for a gallon of gas.
It's not that long ago.
I think
That's
gas is
terrific.
$1.57 somewhere in this beloved United States of America.
Is it really? It was $2.30 on the way into.
What's gas up there like, Mike?
Probably 234 right now.
Isn't that beautiful?
About the same, yeah. How about kerosene?
Kerosene, yeah. I really, it's been so warm that I haven't had to put it in the heaters that we have in each bedroom. So it's been terrific. No, I have an anniversary on September 12th. Did you realize that? My sixth wedding anniversary is coming up on September 12th, and Mrs. O'Mara only requested one thing. Only one thing, but it's an unusual. She wants a wedding cake, and she said she's going to want a wedding cake, a small little wedding cake for every anniversary. That's the only thing she wants.
That's very
pretty
sweet.
good. That's pretty good,
Hey, why
isn't
don't
it?
guys get to do something? Like, why can't we ask for something on anniversaries?
You can ask,
It's the same thing with Mother's
get it.
Day and Father's Day. It's the same reason Mother's Day is a national holiday and Father's Day is, dickless. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, it's
we should be able
ridiculous.
to
You
say,
don't
this
get
is
anything.
what we would like. That's
Well,
what
but you know what? What do dads want? What dads want and what fathers want and what husbands
I
want.
want to be alone, Mike.
They want to be left alone. That's what we want. Want to be left alone.
Although
That
the
blissful.
idea of a very fancy cake is fairly appealing.
Well, no, the cake. If the cake is something I would eat, I might. I went over to a bakery in Bar Harbor and actually spoke to them, and I said, "Do you make small little wedding cakes?" And they said, "We actually make Italian wedding cakes."
Oh,
and so they're little tiny.
They're filled with tomato sauce.
They put the gravy inside the bread. It's fantastic.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Hey, you want an Italian wedding cake, huh? That's right. Hey, officer, here you going. There you go, you son of a... yeah, you like that. That's a nicer cake. How about that? Oh, he's such a good boy. How about that fantastic day, huh? Oh, your fantastic anniversary. Yeah, yes, sir.
No, what is an Italian wedding cake?
No, but wait, here's the I want to get back to what Oscar was saying. I have no idea because I didn't research it. But they said they get 1 day in advance. You give them 1 day notice, and they'll have the thing ready, and I'll be able to grab that. But Oscar's right. What do I want? Never even a discussion. Never even a discussion about. I'm there. I was at the ceremony. You
paid for it.
I'm smart.
You're smart.
Come on now.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And
It's crazy.
by the way, if anybody deserves it, it's you. This is the third time you're going around with someone with
you,
it, right?
You paid for so many weddings, Mike.
Yeah, well, I've been married a hell of a lot longer. I've been married a hell of a lot longer than Rob has, just to different people.
Actually, Mike.
No, technically, I don't think I have.
I think I've lapped you.
I think 6 years is the magic number. That's why I told Carla, okay, after September 12th, get ready for a rocky road.
It's going to be a
But
bumpy
anyway,
night.
we'll take a break, come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Here at the More Network, Joe, I like to think that we're more than just podcasters. We're superheroes.
Yeah, we're like the Avengers.
Obviously, Mike O'Mara, he's got to be Captain America. He's our fearless leader.
And Oscar Santana would be Iron Man. He loves technology.
No doubt about it. Now, I happen to have seen Rob Spivak with his shirt off. A dead ringer for Thor.
And, of course, the Hulk. Got to be Mermelstein.
You won't like him when he's angry. Rob and Joe Show. New episode every week. Subscribe on iTunes and check us out on the TMOS app.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Boy, that's great music. So let's talk fantasy football for a minute. The time is nigh. I don't know any football fan that roots for the NFL that would say the time is nigh. I just don't.
It lets you know
I
that
don't
it's
think it
very
would
close.
happen. You know,
It's very
when the
close.
non-sports guy writes the copy about the sports things, it's the time is nigh. Ye old Ben Franklin says, FanDuel Week 1 games are almost here. Yay! You deserve more fantasy in your life. So get over to FanDuel.com and sign up now. I'm just going back and forth between my Washington Redskins quarterbacks. Is it Cousins? Is it RG3? Cousins, RG3. Yeah. Anyway, FanDuel.com is the leader in 1 week fantasy football with more winners and more payouts than any other site. We've been telling you about FanDuel for years. They're fantastic, and they're paying out over $75 million a week this football season. You'll love the salary cap format. This is new. You can pick any players you want for just 1 week. Anyone can play. All of us have played. An entry fee start at just $1. They've held the line on their prices, which I love. Don't wait until it's too late. Draft your Week 1 team today. Just go to FanDuel.com, click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner, use our code TMOS, and sign up now. Special offer for new users. For every $1 you deposit, FanDuel will match it up to $200 that gets earned as you play. That's a bonus of up to $200. The offer is only good for the first 50 people that use the code TMOS. Just remember to enter TMOS at FANDUEL.com. FanDuel, where every day is a new season. Sign up today. And I will tell you, if you want a little tip from me,
yes,
ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to stock your fantasy football team with some winners and lots of points, you want to grab as many Redskins as you can.
Yes.
Let me tell you why. Because the Redskins are going to be a juggernaut this year. You want to know why that is?
Why?
Because Oscar Santana has gotten rid of his season tickets. After only one legitimate season, Oscar Santana has what's that?
Solid season, Mike.
Yeah, solid season. How many games did you go to last year?
I want to say five.
Then say it.
5 solid games.
So this year you sold. Did you make a profit?
Oh, no. I had to give them away, Mike. Nobody wanted to even buy them.
You gave them away?
Had to.
You gave them away, but
last year, the games I didn't go to last year, the home games, I gave them away.
Yeah, but this year you just didn't buy them.
This year when the call came, I was interested, and then after the fact, the call came and said, "Hey, are you still interested? Because someone else is interested." And I said, "Well, I've got school, and another almost $4,000 or whatever it was last time around probably isn't a smart move." So the
diversionary, a lot of people with that diversionary, discretionary money for things like that.
Yeah.
They say we're not in a recession anymore, but I think a lot of people don't do what they used to do. It's interesting. I'd like to know what they're.
Someone picked them up right away. It had nothing to do with money. It had everything to do with I didn't want to go through the process of knowing with my schedule that this is before the RG3 Cousins deal went down.
Right.
This is before any of that, because this happened a few months ago, where I said, I have school. I'm sure the last thing I want to do is get up early in the morning to get a good parking spot at FedEx Field and deal with all that BS all day when I'm probably going to do homework.
And it is BS. I think we have arguably one of we've talked about it for years, one of the worst fan experiences in the United States.
When I used to announce for them, if I wanted it to go smoothly for a 1 o'clock game, and this is when I lived in McLean, not far away, I would have to leave at 9 a.m. for a 1 o'clock game, and I worked there. And then if you stayed for the game, it would go till 4:30, and it would be another 2 hours to get out. It's a whole day.
The first time I had regret, was yesterday when they announced that Cousins was the starting quarterback. I said that the one time I'm sure that somehow, with some miracle, that they're going to start winning games.
Are you getting sucked into that? Because, I think that both you guys actually, you're both lifers in this market, and I'm not. And maybe that's why I see it a little more clearly than you do. I'm looking at the same stuff. Anybody that thinks that anybody thinks Kirk Cousins is, and incidentally, don't call him Kurt. It's Kirk Cousins. Thank you very much. Anybody thinks that they're doing it all over again.
Yep.
Does anybody have any memory of that RG3 was Jesus Christ on high with the Redskins?
Regret surely for the financial side of things.
Right.
Where if I couldn't have gone, I could have sold them.
Right.
Oh, okay. So you didn't care about going to the games.
No,
you're not speaking as a fan.
I wanted to buy a winning product so I could resell the winning product when I couldn't go see the winning product.
Right.
This is true.
That's what I looked at.
But it's a hell of a gamble.
It is a gamble. Too much money.
By the way, don't underestimate the dollar value of a winning product. The Red Sox-Yankees series still drawing amazing interest and ticket prices just out the wazoo for these games. So, I mean, that's that happens. But the thing about go ahead.
That is a beloved, and as far as Yankees, Red Sox, I mean, I can't compare to that, right? I've got Dallas Redskins, right? I got Cowboys Redskins tickets. Last time around, if I wanted to, I could barely sell them for face value, and everything else on StubHub was because they were so horrible was half price. So why would I? And if I would have sold them for face value to somebody, because for some reason I thought I couldn't go to the game. I sat there and I said, well, if I sell these, then I feel like I'm taking advantage of them because StubHub is selling these same tickets for half the price because nobody wants to buy them.
Yeah.
It has become, and I'm still a passionate Red Sox fan, and it has become more of, I think we as fans are far harsher than we ever have been. I really do. I really think that the fans are. I just think that people. We invest more. Life is difficult, okay? Life is tough. It's not easy to slay the dragon.
Cirrito.
I think life is tough. I want to thank
guess
everybody.
Football was okay.
You know, I want to thank everybody for the birthday greetings. It made it almost okay. Thanks so very much. But the thing about it is, people, I think people are out there slaying the dragon. And in the cities that you see where the fans go out of their minds, you see cities like Cleveland and Detroit and Buffalo. You know, it's a hard, long winter. It's a tough, long winter. And DC's no exception. And for some reason, DC, even though they've got a baseball team that's in the hunt and a hockey team that tries to stay in the hunt, the focus is always on the Washington Redskins,
has been and always will
they
be.
go out of their minds. And would it say? And Oscar and Rob, you've been there more times than I have. Probably the drunkest fan base in the NFL
I believe,
for game day, right?
Last year, it was the drunkest fan base for any sporting event.
If you want to get hammered, go to a tailgate.
Question for you, Mike. Do you think it has to do the harshness, the increased harshness versus the teams with the business getting bigger and more expensive, and you have to be more financially
I think it's simpler
invested?
than that. I think it's actually simpler than that. I think that we are now getting we're all the instant gratification people. All generations now are used to, we want it now, we want it immediately. So the idea of long suffering, it's like, for example, my team, your beloved Boston Red Sox, 2004, we waited 80 years. 80 years we waited for a championship. Now that they won in 07 and 13, now there is a fan base that's like, man, they had a losing season. Well, they had 500 losing seasons when I was growing up. But now nobody can deal with it anymore. To me, it makes it more intriguing. I swear to God.
The lovable loser doesn't exist anymore.
There are so many people with tickets that are willing to give them away at times. If your timing is right, you will scoop up a pair of tickets and enjoy that game day experience for free, most likely, because people can't go to every game.
And it's more than that, because what happens is, and I'll speak to this because I announced for them and I got to be on the field for, I think, probably 5 years. And there was nothing more beautiful than walking out on that field on opening day, and it was green and sunny and the excitement was in the air.
Freezing.
And then about November 1st is where they normally are statistically eliminated, and you realize, you'll pardon the expression, you're just jerking off. And there's no point in being there. And the fans aren't going to go sit in freezing weather, and if it's raining, remember, the stadium was brilliantly designed so certain people's seats are actually under downspouts, so you would actually have water pouring on you for a team that can't advance.
Mark my words.
That's when you get your free tickets.
A new facility will change everything, especially if it's a better location and it's metro accessible. I just went to the Nationals game and that's probably my 6th national game. A Nationals game since
you went with Tomo, right?
Yes.
With your boyfriend Tomo. How is he? How is he doing?
He's phenomenal, and his wonderful girlfriend was able to get tickets from a friend of hers. And it was in this place called Club 24, the nicest seats I've ever sat in my life.
You know, I picture you and Tomo 40 years from now going to the Nationals games and sitting there going, how come your girlfriend didn't come? Well, what are you asking me that for, Tomo? How come your girlfriend didn't come? Okay.
It was a double date. They both came.
The way that ends in 40 years, Mike, is then Todd puts his hand on Oscar's knee and says, my girlfriend did come. And it's you.
Mike, when we arrived at this suite, it's a championship suite.
Okay.
I've never seen this in my life, by the way. I think they just opened this past season.
Okay.
There is a dining room table waiting for you.
He is so plugged in. This is Tomo that got these tickets.
No, this is his girlfriend.
His girlfriend got the tickets
from a friend.
But Todd got the girlfriend.
What is the girl? How is the girlfriend so plugged in?
I think she
Oscar?
was a special ed teacher, and she's a good person. And one of her friends worked for the company.
Well, the last time I checked, special ed teachers aren't getting the primo boxes at the sporting events.
This is DC.
She didn't trick her students out of the tickets.
This is DC, so everybody knows everybody.
Some like super high-priced lawyer that's got a kid that was dropped on his head or something? What's going on?
No, I don't think that's the case.
Just curious. I don't know how that happened. I'm just curious.
I didn't pry too much. I think it's just a friend of hers that had these tickets, and we didn't know what they. None of us knew what they were.
You know, the reason I asked, Oscar, the reason I asked is because I remember things, and you had talked about you and me maybe going to a hockey game.
Yes.
And maybe even bringing Rob along for S's and giggles, and going to that nice little Mexican restaurant across the street I like so bad, having the homemade guacamole they make, and then going to the game. So I'm pulling out all the stops. And by the way,
no one ever gives us tickets. We buy them.
Let me just say this: Mrs. O'Meara and I have, with this wonderful year of this new exploration of living in two locations, it's become clear to us that things like hockey tickets and I'm going to pull out every stop to get these, but I have to enlist the help of our listening audience. Okay,
sure.
I'm going to be back in town.
You're asking for tickets, is what you're
I'm asking for. We're going to be back in town the week of October 12th.
Yes,
and I want to go to.
Mike needs to go to a hockey game.
Are the Cats even in town, or do we need to arrange for that too?
Incidentally, if you have,
do you know what you just said? Carl and I are too busy living in two different locations, so we can't afford tickets. So I'm asking the listeners to get me tickets.
No, it's not. It's the truth. I don't care. Give me crap. Give me crap about it too. You can all whine and complain. Let me see.
We're not doing neither.
Schedule. All right.
You're the one.
That's right.
All right. Hold on. No, just when I come into town, I'd like to go to a game.
Well, you want me treated like the
there we are. There we are. Tuesday, October 13th against the San Jose Shot. Thursday, October 15th against the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's the game I want to. Oh, my God. Get me the Blackhawks tickets. That'll be great.
Yeah. You heard them. Get on it, people.
Yes, please.
All right. When we come back, I want to talk more about your experience at the game.
Oh, you're going to love it.
I'm just always trying to figure out who your polls are because you're pretty, you're plugged into these freebies.
Just a guest.
Okay,
just a guest.
We'll take a bit. Sorry to exasperate you, Oscar. We'll take a break. Come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Meara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Meara Show. Speaking of Tomo, Todd Moore, Rob Spiewak,
yes.
I've got the Spill Zone ad here. And today, who would you like to have do the commercial?
You know what? I would like to have the late James Garner because he loved technology.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're going to veto that one. Don't want to do.
No
effort. No effort put forward in coming up with the voice.
Jones.
All right.
Ooh.
Spill Zone is a brand new puzzle game where the goal is to make the entire puzzle one single color by spilling one color into another.
Now piss off! I'm sorry, no. It's unique, challenging, and utterly addictive. Like, excuse me, someone, excuse me, Miss Daisy, I had to make water.
That's
was
Morgan
that?
Freeman. These are actual Spill Zone sounds, Mike.
Oh, that's wonderful. Like all great puzzle games, the concept is simple, but it requires strategy to complete the puzzle in the fewest moves possible. So, get ready to experiment, fail, and repeat with this fun new app, all right? Here I am, Colonel Sanders. You can play through all the challenging levels in the single-player mode. Can I hear that one water thing?
Yeah.
All right. No, the other one. All done. And keep track of your friends' progress by connecting with Google Play, Facebook, and Game Center. Spill Zone. Or try the multiplayer mode where you take turns with your friends to determine the true Spill Zone champion. Visit spill.zone and download this challenging puzzle game to your Android or iOS device. And best of all, it's free. That's spill.zone. Spill Zone, one small pour for man, one giant spill for mankind. Download it today. Consult your lab technician to see if Spill Zone is right for you. Spill Zone may cause reduction in caring about responsibilities. Do not play Spill Zone while operating heavy machinery. Pregnant women may make their baby smarter by playing Spill Zone. If device overheats or vibrates, seek shelter and cover head. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Spill Zone.
I like seeing
Spill Zone.
my Spill Zone leaderboard.
Yes.
You actually get to see your profile pic go above other people's.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So when you're playing it, I see myself passing listeners or them passing me. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
It's a really cool game.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, if a lot of people get this game and this game becomes wildly popular, Oscar will get another night at the ball game in one of those star suites.
Well, actually, he's holding out, Mike.
Fantastic.
If he can't get the suite, they're going to let him pitch.
Yes. So how well appointed was the suite? Did they have the booze and the food
felt
and all
like
that?
we were at the Palm.
Well, you
but
said
in
there was a
in the
dining
middle
room
of the
table?
sky. There's a dining room table with 4 seats.
Oh my!
and then they have the 4 reserved actual seats outside of the box of the suite to watch the game.
So there's like a door?
There is a glass door.
Wow.
Hold on. You mean this suite was just for the 4 of you?
They have a total of 6 little dining room tables, booths. And
are they connected at all?
No.
Oh my
they
gosh,
are
private access. Wow.
So this is like so it was just the 4 of you in this wonderful place to watch a game?
Yes.
Oh, I want to go.
And you sat down and I wasn't expecting it. And Shannon was with me and I was like, who is your friend? And a lady comes up and she says, "Welcome to Club 24." And she says,
"Please take your clothes off."
She gives us the spiel. Where she's like,
keys in this bowl.
the dinner menu, you can order anything from the dinner menu, from the main course menu until the 7th inning stretch. She goes, alcohol and liquor is served up until an hour and a half after the game is over. There is no
so they serve
last
you
call.
after the game?
If you'd like, you can stay to an hour and a half after
now,
the game.
You had to pay for your own booze, though, right?
No, everything was taken care of.
Everything was free?
Everything was taken care of.
How loaded did you get?
I was driving, so I couldn't.
Oh, okay. And you had to work the next day.
Yes.
You're doing the student thing.
Yeah.
Can't wait till you graduate and you're back to, being old
irresponsible.
Oscar.
Killing yourself. That's right.
I just like to have one irresponsible day. Yeah. Just one. Just the old, where's Oscar? And Oscar's like sitting at the table just going, nah.
All right, well, if you were sober, let me ask you this. Did Todd ever get to the point where let's say I stopped by the suite, he would come up and put his arm around me, pull me close, and say, "I have a question for you about audio."
No. He didn't either. I think we were all kind of dumbfounded, and we want to be respectful of the table because it was someone else's company's, someone else's table, right?
How was the chow? How was the
phenomenal? And there was a chef in the back preparing everything.
Well, not like sitting there with a hat in your suite.
No,
right?
they're in the kitchen preparing. The chef is just there for the suite.
How you doing? I got a bowl of spaghetti as big as your head. How you doing?
Oscar ordered 2 Cokes and an Italian wedding cake.
There was 2 people that were appointed to our little booth.
Right.
And then on top of that, you could go and pick out anything you want from like a buffet of hot dogs, hamburgers, fruits, and veg. Like it was just laid out regardless, so you didn't have to order it.
Did you ever go up to the press area at FedEx Field?
It was nicer than that.
But is it set up like that where there's like a common area and then all the booths that are connected to the common area? And so, like, when you left, you would be sharing the buffet with the other booths?
Yes.
Okay, so, like a strip of mini suites.
Yes.
And then an area that is shared, almost like a reception area.
But the dining room table is something I've never seen.
That is crazy.
With white linens, I was like, what is going on?
You must have thought you were in the wrong place.
Well, I checked my ticket, but I was just following along, right?
Sure.
And then you look online and you realize that it was super exclusive because they only have a handful of these.
Right.
And you have to buy a 3-season minimum.
Oh, boy.
And they are almost in the 6 figures.
Wow. I mean, well, that's D.C., though.
Yeah.
D.C. I mean, well, that's any major metropolitan area, but, man, it's...
I felt lucky to even experience it. And when you walk out and you watch the game, like you are in like a nice, what seemed to be a leather recliner, just sitting there, beautiful seat. And they come back to you and say, would you like anything? Would you like a second course? Would you like anything else from the main menu?
Wow.
So you can order as much as you'd like. And then when we said we might have missed it. The last call is at the 7th inning stretch because that's what you usually used to, right?
Exactly. You can't get any beer.
She
after
goes,
that.
well, up here is the only area in the stadium where we serve until up to an hour and a half after the show.
If I got down early enough, the Caps home opener is Saturday, October 10th.
Yes.
If I really busted ass to get down there and did the marathon drive, I could probably pull that off. I might be able to.
You should.
I'm looking at that right
That'd be
now.
a lot of fun.
About it? Do you think we get you in a suite?
You don't care. You don't care. you, neither one of you care. I remember.
Well,
I have a television camera on your faces. I know. Did you hear the room just stop? Did you hear the room just stop?
Because at every turn in this conversation, every time I said something awesome about the suite, you keep on going back to your Caps tickets.
Because it's all about me.
Well, you going to the Caps game has little effect on Oscar or myself.
This is true.
I mean,
unless Oscar wants to go. Oscar said he wanted to go.
I don't want to go anymore.
You don't want
anymore.
No.
You don't want to go at all?
No, because unless it's a suite, I don't want. I feel like
he's jaded now.
I'm jaded now.
Yeah, it's got.
You don't want to go with me at all.
I'd like to go with you. But I don't want to go on the home opener. That's just gonna be too much trouble. Too much going on.
It's a lot of trouble, Mike.
Yeah, too many people. A nice Thursday night game, no big deal.
Thursday night
right?
game
we'll
would
just
be
hang out.
all right. Any game that week would be fine with me.
Cool.
If we
but
can,
the home
if we
opener
can
and
pull
a
that
suite would be really great.
Yeah, if you got a suite, that'd be awesome.
Are you ruined for any of the experience? Did you watch any of the game? Did you actually watch the game?
Was there a game?
Yes, there was a game. They lost in glorious fashion. But the best tickets outside of those tickets were the tickets I've sat in the Lexus behind home plate.
That
before.
I hear is fantastic, right?
But
That's pretty cool.
How did you fall into those?
You know, when I worked at CBS, they gave them to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then they fired you.
Yeah, then they fired me.
So, by the way, the Nationals are kind of taking the gas pipe right now. They're not doing very well. So
No,
I
they're
just
not.
should point that out.
But the tickets when you feel like you're in the middle of the sky and there's a dining room table is something I probably will never experience again. But I was blown away. I didn't even know they had that option up there.
That's crazy.
Yes. Remember we piled everybody in the car and all went down to the game and it was super hot? Remember that? Do you remember that? We had
I
a bunch
did not
of
go
people.
to that game.
You didn't go to that? That was
but
fun.
I remember
was
that.
fun.
I do remember that.
That
I
is one of
remember
the
when
hottest.
We did a field trip to Baltimore once, so that was great.
We did. That was we have great times.
I
when we go
remember
to the ball games.
all I remember from that game was RJ and his towel.
Yes, absolutely.
Had to
yeah,
wring
the
out his towel a few
It's
times.
disgusting.
What?
Disgusting.
The Strasburg, that was Strasburg's opening debut. That's what it was.
That's right. Yeah.
And that was fun. That was a memorable because he was throwing strike after this is before he got injured. He was murdering it, and the entire stadium was electric.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I'd like to do that again. I don't get to DC very often, and so I'm already starting.
Live here, remember?
Can you tell that I'm getting a little excited about my little trip?
Yeah.
I've got I'm staying
coming to
in
the big
DC.
city.
That's
I'm
right.
staying in the city. I'm very very excited. I love you know that I'm going to have fun during those shows because I just walk up the street
Yeah, no
and
more
see you
traffic.
guys. I don't come in where Rob deals with it every single day, and I don't walk in Tommy Tampon walking in and just like going that was a 2.5 hour drive. This because I'm not because I am not staying in the
You'll be
sit
happy, Mike.
at all. I'm going to be very very happy. I'm delighted that I'm not going to be staying the entire week there. I'm very very happy.
And you know, because you'll be getting to work so early because of your proximity, lots
Right.
of quality time with Matt Bloom.
If we're going to do the Thursday game, that means we have to do the meet and greet on Wednesday night.
Yeah, that's what we agreed
Wednesday
on
night,
yesterday.
and that is so save the date. What is the date, Rob? What is the date? That we're doing?
You just had the calendar open. Hold
No,
on,
no,
give me-
you can do it too. Instead of just sitting there,
What?
you can do it too. For God's sake,
All right, give me 1 sec.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
Mike, you'll be happy to know by the time you arrive, what's going to be called the Glover Park Hotel up the street will
Yes.
have a rooftop deck open.
Hey.
Oh.
there
Is
you
that a
go.
brand new? Is that a brand new hotel?
No, the
or
Kimpton Hotel Company is taking over what is the Savoy Suites, and they're making it the Glover Park Hotel. They're redoing it.
Are they making the rooms
Yeah.
really small like all those modern hotels?
Well, they're just small to you.
Okay.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you,
I'll suck in.
The hotel's not going to be open the week I'm there because I didn't see it. But I'm staying at the. We discussed the quality of the hotel.
We
that I'm
actually,
staying in.
yeah, we have to upgrade you next time because we have a friend that works for the Kimpton Hotel family. Yeah.
Kimpton
Really?
Or Hampton?
Can I ask you why do you
Kimpton.
Okay.
why do you lay this on me now? Why do you tell me is the hotel going to be open when I'm in there in October? Is that what
I
it
think
is?
they're-
You know?
that's what I read in the Glover Park newsletter yesterday.
But you know what?
Really?
I think perhaps you're not interested in the hotel as much as their rooftop facility.
Yes.
That's
Well,
what's cool.
Look, you know what? I've become an old fart. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm not the party boy that I used to be. Okay, so it's like Oscar tells you, if Oscar calls me after 9:30 at night, he's not going to
I
get.
feel like I'm calling my grandmother.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
dear.
last
And
night
she's dead.
with the whole binge watching thing, we.
Wow,
We
that
watched-
got really grim. And by the way, Mike, save the date, Wednesday, October 14th.
Wednesday, October 14th,
Yes.
we will be doing a meet and greet. Hopefully by the end of the week, Oscar will have more information
Yes.
about that.
Yes.
And we're excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. The thing about it is I truly, truly love coming back to D.C. I'm really looking forward to staying in D.C. and hanging out with people. It's going to be a very, very fun week, and I want to make the absolute most of it. I'm
You
very,
should.
very
You
excited
should,
about it.
Sure. And they get to see us. Spend lots of time with us.
But up here we have become, and it's just my little guy getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's what does it. Last night, the O'Maras, our Monday night consisted of watching probably, I want to say, at 7 o'clock or 7:30,
Matlock.
watching the last 2 episodes of season 1 of Fargo. And I just want to say, thanks, Billy Bob. Thanks for the entertainment. Thanks, Colin Hanks. Thank you
Great
so
job.
much. Thanks, lady who I don't know. That's a great actress. Thanks, Better Call Saul actor, Bob Odenkirk. I knew Bob Odenkirk.
There you go. Nice poll.
What a wonderful cast. Gratuitous violence. Great story. And now I know. I'm somebody that when I heard that, I was such a fan of the movie, and I'm sure there were lots of people like me. I said, I'm never in a million years going to watch a TV series based on a movie. It's not going to happen, and it was great television. And you
How
know
many
what?
episodes in the first season? Was it a 13?
10.
Episode?
I think it was 10. I think it was 10 episodes.
Why do you
yeah.
think they succeeded? Because so many times when they try to make a movie into a TV show, it's a total abortion.
I normally don't like to give one guy credit. They succeeded because of Billy Bob Thornton.
He killed me.
And
Literally.
because Billy Bob was so incredibly menacing. He was so intense with that. And I want to thank our listeners who have great eyes for what I'm going to like. And, with Bloodline and with Fargo, I get a lot of suggestions, but this one was really a home run. And it's just a question of sitting down and doing it and making the determination to get it. There's a lot of great entertainment on the Magic Box, and I'm thrilled when that happens because it's like getting a great
Mike,
book.
get
It really
into
is, yes.
Narco. Narco on Netflix.
Pony was telling me right before the
Yeah,
show about
yeah.
that
Yeah,
one.
it's pretty
Narco.
good.
Okay,
You'll
that's
learn some
next.
Spanish as well.
What's it called?
That's
Narco.
next, baby.
Polo.
That's next. Rob, are you watching anything exciting lately?
Last night I saw an amazing documentary called Muscle Shoals. It was recommended by Netflix to me because I really liked the Wrecking Crew movie. And this
Right.
is a documentary. It's about a year old, I think, about Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and the 2 recording studios down there, and the amazing soul music that they made in the 60s that begat the Rolling Stones and the Allman Brothers and a lot of music in the 70s.
So you're into music.
Yeah,
That's cool.
But it's
2015.
It is a really, really great movie. That's when the movie came out, Oscar.
Do you think that what'd you say? Rascal Flats, Alabama Flats. What'd you just say?
I said Leonard Skinner.
Okay.
I said the Allman Brothers.
Okay. Well, whatever. Do you think anybody in our listening audience is running to watch that right now?
I do.
Who?
What?
Tab Patterson?
No.
Outside of Tab Patterson.
I think anyone that has sort of an appreciation for
From the
music
shores of Lake Awesome.
it's a drainage ditch, Mike.
What do they have to have an appreciation for?
Great music and things that if you understand history, you are going to understand the present day even more.
You just told
intensely.
me great music and things. That's your answer to my question. Why would somebody want to see it? Sell it to me.
Sell it to you?
Yes.
Do you like modern pop music?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to know why modern pop music sounds the way it does?
No.
Okay. Do you appreciate? Do you appreciate the history of our country and
I
how
do.
we became the way we became?
Yeah.
Do you know that they say that the blues, which is one of the most American genres of music, they say it comes from the mud, it comes from the water.
Yes.
If you think about that.
Can I
Muddy
try my
waters.
hand? Can
Muddy
I try my
waters.
hand at selling them? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
What are
going
you
to take
gonna
a
tell
slightly
them?
different tack.
Okay, I've got one more thing that might work. They say,
All right.
Oscar, if you watch it, there will be a dining room table and all the booze you can drink.
All right. I was just going to say, Oscar,
Yes.
do you like living in this country?
I love this country.
Then watch the fucking documentary.
There you go. Yeah.
That's it. No, it's a. Is it fall? Is it hunkering down where we all become a little bit more of our diversions? We become more into, hey, what are we going to watch?
there's new
That's why the
programming.
fall TV season
Yeah.
always comes because we're ready. We're ready to hibernate. We want to have our friends and we want to
It's
do that.
still
We want to hunker
95
down and watch
degrees.
stuff.
It's still humid. School has begun, but we haven't even gotten to Labor Day yet. But when you see the kids go off to school, I think you get in that
New
mindset.
TV show.
Yeah,
Can I just say one thing? Do you know what my life is this year? It's been wonderful. Don't get me wrong. It's been really wonderful.
All right.
But I feel this year
Here we go.
that my life has been like the kid that is playing pin the tail on the donkey and they spin you around 20 times. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I don't know what's cold, what's hot. I don't know where I'm going.
Well,
It's
you've
been
got
very
a 2-year-old, of course.
It's been a little strange just getting everything has been so new with this life of doing this broadcast. Thank God that the broadcast works from wherever we are.
Right.
Because if that hadn't happened, I don't know what the hell I'd be up to. But this has been a whirlwind for us. It really has. And we were talking about that everything is new. Relationships are renewed and brand new. Getting ourselves where we need to be to do this show, that's new as well. Throw in like one trip where we went up to Canada, and that was almost a near disaster.
Sure.
It's been a very strange experience, and I'm just still, believe it or not, like when that microphone is shut off, guys, I'm still trying to find my footing and know whether I'm coming or going. It's that confusing
that
to me.
Wants to stay in Maine, and I'll be on. I had a conversation with Shannon.
It's interesting you asked that. That's interesting you asked that.
I said, she goes, is he moving back to Florida? Well, when is he moving back to Florida? Right, because we were just trying to find logistics.
Right.
And I said because I think I was trying to figure out when we're going to have to rebuild that studio down there, unless it's built or whatever. I was just writing some stuff down that we needed to do.
That's plug and play. We're good to go for down there.
I have to-dos that we have to look forward to. So she says,
did you think you were going to? It's not going to be like when we did it the first time where you had to come down. Just nobody had to come up here. I did it on
new schedule,
I did it on my own.
If we had to come in on the weekend to work, I want to make sure I was there for that. That's what I was
No,
trying to
because
work around.
it's not like I tore everything apart.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
it's really, we're good to go. Everything is down there ready to go except for some key pieces of equipment, and I know how to set that up. We're all set to go.
That's perfect then. So, but my logic was, well, I didn't think about this, but he's got his family and he's made some friends up there.
Right.
And all he complains about is not having friends in Florida. Maybe he wouldn't want to go back.
If there was ever, and listen, I talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
There are going to be changes based on the fact that I do have a 2-year-old where life is going to be altered a little bit. I live in 2 places that are, as far as education, you have to kind of hunt and peck to find good places for your kid to go to school. So, I mean, I don't know what the future holds with this.
Yeah.
I think this is a 2 or 3 year experiment, and I will be honest with you. If one of them had to go, where I'm leaning, I think where you're living at the time is where you lean towards.
Sure.
But I will tell you, even though it's brutal and stuff, I am a New Englander, and there's no changing that. There's no debate about that. I am a New Englander, and when I'm up here, I feel grounded and I feel home, and I'm very relaxed in my own skin. When I'm down in Florida, I feel like that I'm slightly unsettled. That's the way I feel down there, because it's just a different experience, and everybody that lives down there and everybody that lives down there seasonally is from a different part of the United States.
Yeah.
So I have nothing in common with them, really.
There's no roots.
There are no roots, and there's very there are a few New Englanders there, but not a lot of them.
Is the summertime in Florida more oppressive than the wintertime in Maine is drastic and severe?
Couldn't answer that because I've never been up here, and what I've talked to the people. Let's just say you hear a lot more bitching about the winters in Maine than you do about summertime down in
Understood.
Florida.
But you know what? You like cold weather. You don't mind that.
But the good thing is, hope we can score some Capitals tickets when I'm in D.C. in October. We'll take a break. Come back with news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Cake and cookies.
Will Rob teach Julia to drive when the time comes?
Ooh, I think Carrie would teach her to drive.
I think it's going to fall to me. And I think Julia is going to take to driving like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
I think Robert...
It's going to be a tougher one.
He's not here right now, so I can say this. He's going to be a guy that gets the pedals mixed up. He's going to be...
Poor kid.
Robert's going to be the guy that ends up in a bank.
In a pond.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Dad, you wouldn't believe how handy the sunroof came in today. Why is that? We were submerging.
God, I climbed out easily.
Cake and cookies. It's the Rob and Katie Show.
Oh, man. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey, everybody. This segment of the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by Touch of Modern. I love Touch of Modern. I hope you're checking it out. Some of you have let me know that you're finding incredible deals at Touch of Modern. But the cool thing about Touch of Modern is that they get the neatest stuff all the time. You'll be able to get your style on track. You can find all the newest products and stylings for your home, your office, your closet. You can do it all in one cool place. Touch of Modern connects directly with top designers for timeless and unique products at the best prices anywhere. And the thing that gets me about touchofmodern.com, when I surf that website, you would think that these items might be out of your price range,
Right.
but they have incredible deals as well. Touch of Modern scours the globe for all this great stuff. They have new sales launching literally every single day. It's where I got my watch, my Trazer Officer Pro.
Look at
Thank
that.
you very much. Yeah, with the super illumination at night. Thank you, Touch of Modern. It's the one website that elevates your lifestyle with a single click. Right now, our listeners can get immediate access when they sign up at touchofmodern.com. That's Touch of Modern. Do it today because tomorrow it'll be different. It's always different because they update it all the time, and they've got the coolest stuff in the world. Check it out at touchofmodern.com. Hello. Thank you. Let me do that again.
All right.
News.
Newsman up at 4:45. That's the latest breaking news today. That's right. 2-year-old gets person up at 4:45
Chasing baby.
a.m. Chasing baby. Bill Murray says he took a role in the new Ghostbusters out of respect for the new team, including Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy. Here's his quote: "I like those girls a lot. They are tough to say no to." And director Paul Feig, it's F-E-I-G, is that Feig? I think so. Feig or Feig. He's a real nice fellow. Murray was famous, the famous guy who refused all these years to do a sequel to the two 1980s flicks, but he didn't want to make it harder for the new movie to gain respect. He says, quote, "I started to feel like if I didn't do this movie, maybe somebody would write a bad review or something, thinking there was some sort of disapproval on my part." I believe him. I think he's absolutely telling the truth. I think
He's
that's
such a good
Bill
guy.
Murray has no reason to lie about that.
Right.
He's notoriously difficult to get on a project.
Right.
But I think he's a nice person.
I do
Everybody I know that has ever met Bill Murray has said he's a good guy. There's a rumor going around that Murray is playing someone who tries to debunk the new Ghostbusters. There's no word on how big his role is going to be, so we'll have to just wait and see. Paul McCartney has been considered the world's wealthiest music artist, but the legendary former Beatles star now reportedly has been overtaken. Any guesses?
Oh, my God.
This is a music artist.
Well, I'm going to guess The Weeknd.
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z is not correct, Oscar.
Is it Kanye?
It is not Kanye.
Elton John?
Nope.
Madonna?
Nope.
Madonna. Someone else with a residency. Is it Celine Dion?
Ooh.
No. Think Irish.
Oh, you too.
Bono. Bono's wealth.
yeah.
Yes. But it's not for the reasons you might think. Bono's wealth has increased greatly thanks to his 2.3% ownership of what company?
Apple.
I love doing the
my.
Q&A,
It's
guys.
Apple.
I don't mean to,
Apple?
it's not Apple. It's Facebook. He is 2.3% ownership of Facebook, a windfall that, according to sources, now is worth about 940 million pounds, or more than $1.4 billion.
How did he get in so early?
I know. That's not only being lucky with your career, but lucky with your investing. Wow. The 2015 MTV Video Music Awards is the most tweeted non-sports program since at least October 2011, according to Nielsen. That's when Nielsen began tracking Twitter TV activity, the organization said. In the U.S., 2.2 million people sent 21.4 million tweets about the VMAs, and nearly 11.8 million people saw those tweets, a total of 676 million times.
The kids, Mike, the kids.
The kids
Those
love 'em.
impressions. That's up 69% from 14 when there were 12.6 million tweets. Looking across all programming each year, only the Super Bowl generated more tweets. Despite host Miley Cyrus's best efforts, including her left breast unveiling, the most tweeted minute occurred at 10:49 p.m. This is just what he needs. 247,525 tweets following Kanye's announcement that he was running for president.
Some great memes came out of that.
As a matter of fact, I have something in the audio vault. I believe we've corrected the speech.
Oh,
we have a way
appreciate
to
it.
make
Thank
it.
you.
I look forward to that. That'll be fun. Fun's the best thing to have. A 27-year-old man who was suffering from severe constipation for 10 years in China.
China.
You know this is going to be good when it's a Chinese story.
Sure.
He underwent surgery to take his problem away.
Move some
the
luggage.
unidentified patient was evaluated in China after complaining of stomach pain. While he had been admitted for the same pain previously, doctors have been unable to diagnose the cause. A series of x-rays revealed that the patient's heart had shifted to the right because his colon had swelled to twice the normal size. Doctors diagnosed him with congenital megacolon.
By the way, they're
My
playing
God.
games this Friday night. No cover charge. Make sure you check out that show.
Wow.
Dear Lord.
Congenital megacolon.
That's pretty cool. That can cause paralysis of the movements of the bowel and can sometimes lead to fecal tumors. Surgeons later removed an 11-pound stool that had lodged itself in the patient's colon and caused his severe pain. He is currently in recovery.
They're studying it, Mike, at Brown University.
China! China! The results are based on things. These are the best places to live in America and the worst places to live in America. The results are based on things like unemployment, income versus cost of living, education, spending, and crime rates. Here are the worst places to live in the United States. Number 10, Springfield, Missouri. Number 9, Mobile, Alabama. Number 8, Memphis. Number 7, Tell Katie, Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, wow. Why? Does it say why?
Well, they say they base it on unemployment rates, income versus cost of living, education, spending, and crime rates.
But you know what? This is before Spooky Steve was there, so I think they're going to have a big bounce back year.
Well, I wish her luck down there. Rockford, Illinois is next. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Knoxville, Tennessee. Detroit, of course.
Yes, naturally.
Jackson, Mississippi. And ladies and gentlemen, number 1 on the crappy places to live in the United States, we give you Macon, Georgia.
Wow.
I never knew that. Wow.
They only have 3 listed here for the best places to live. Bellevue, Washington. I would imagine maybe the IBM tech corridor out there. Bellevue, Washington, perhaps. Plano, Texas. That might be Big Oil, I think, but I'm not sure.
Big Oil, Oscar.
And the best place to live at number 1, get ready.
Yeah.
Alexandria, Virginia.
Wow. Look at that.
Damn.
And you know, Mike, I got that list too. Do you know what the number 11th worst place to live is? Is that Chinese guy's colon.
You're stuck there.
Yep, absolutely.
No ingress, no egress.
And now a little something for you fellas. A guy in Victoria, Canada called 911 on Saturday night and reported a unicorn with a knife chasing a guy around a cemetery.
Again?
Right. Even though that sounds like what a crazy person would report, the police went to the cemetery to check it out anyway. And believe it or not, the guy wasn't lying.
What?
The cops found a man wearing a unicorn mask with a big hunting knife chasing another guy around.
Wow.
It turns out they were just trying to make a funny video, so they're not facing any charges. Besides, Ponyboy has been telling us about that same dream for a couple of days now. That's right, 2 days in a row for you, Pony. 2 days in a row, baby. We'll take a break, come back with the Magic Audio Vault and Rob Spiewag. Hey, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the show. You're listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. We'll be right back after these brief messages.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tony Perkins.
I'm Gary Seinfeld.
Do you know who Jerry Seinfeld's best friend is?
His name is George Wallace.
One of the funniest comedians out there. George is on this week's episode. I love it.
Who don't we get?
Well, that's a long list.
Go with me, will you please?
I understand what you mean. Yeah. Anyway, it's a great show, and you'll learn all about tangy sauce. Check it out. It's the Tony Perkins Show, TonyPerkinsShow.com. Subscribe on iTunes and download the free new Tony Perkins Show app.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. You heard right, it's September. Hey, happy September 1st, everybody.
Yes.
That means it's time to put summer in your rearview mirror and get ready for autumn. And Amazon has everything that you need with hats, coats, scarves, mittens. Hard to believe I'm talking about that already.
I know, but it's time.
Ice melter and snow shovels. Yeah, get the snow shovel this year before you have the big storm come through.
Be ready.
You'll probably get a better deal. You'll be laughing at Old Man Winter. Ha ha ha! Plus, scary decor, costumes, makeup, trick or treats, approved, candy, and all the pumpkin paraphernalia you need for the best Halloween ever. Don't forget rakes, leaf blowers, lawn and leaf trash bags. Amazon has it all for fall. Plus, it's always the right time of year to buy a mannequin. That's right, a mannequin. Affordable prices for your mannequin. I've wanted one every year. Maybe this is the year I get the bargain basement.
Someone has Christmas coming up, Mike.
Now listen, we kid because we love, but anytime you purchase something through our Amazon link, we get a tiny percentage. So if you are shopping Amazon anyway, please shop in a way that helps us out. It doesn't cost you any extra, and it's the best way to support the show. The next time you need to buy anything at all, especially for fall, go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click the Amazon button on our website or use the TMOS app and click on the shopping cart or so. Then shop like you normally would. It's that simple. Thanks, and may God bless. Let's open up the audio vault for today, September 1st, Tuesday, Rob Spiewak.
I mentioned it already. You see, everyone said that when Kanye spoke at the VMAs, it was messed up. It was not linear. He wasn't making sense. He was rambling.
Said he was high.
Here's the thing. They just mic'd it wrong. What he was doing was a stand-up routine.
Okay.
And someone was clever enough to add some sound effects, change the timing a little bit. It actually sounds better this way.
I still don't understand award shows. This arena tomorrow, it's gonna be a completely different setup, some concert, something like that. How could you explain that? It crosses my mind a little bit like when I go to a baseball game. After that night, the stage was gone. I don't understand it, bro.
Isn't it better that way?
That's fantastic. It's entertaining that way. It's not that rambling, egomaniacal crap that idiot spews out.
I went back and I watched it because I said, what was going through his mind?
It's, you know what? It's the kind of thing that even if you sat through it live, which I did, you said, what did I just see?
Yes.
Well,
I mean, it's really tough.
Look, everybody, the man is richer than Jesus. The man is, is Jesus, absolutely. The fact is, Kanye has probably, I would say, wouldn't you guess, based on his behavior, that he's got an entourage that probably treats him the same way Elvis's entourage treated Elvis.
It's
where no one's going to question him, no one's going to do that.
Story
And
all the
incidentally,
time. Yeah.
by the way, this is 2015. This is the year of the a-hole. And if you don't think it's the year of the a-hole, a-holes are bank. If you want to make a name for yourself, seriously, be the biggest a-hole you can be.
Yeah, I saw
Double
it on
down
the
every
placemat
single
of my
time.
Chinese restaurant. Last year was Year of the Boar. This
Right.
year of the a-hole.
Right.
Every 14 years, I think there's
Well,
one.
and then because on that Chinese restaurant, that's the one that Kim and Kanye go to on a regular basis. So it's the year of the a-hole/pig.
China.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for defending
How
Kim
dare you.
Kardashian,
China.
Oscar.
Well, I'm just trying to help you out.
Also,
Yeah, right, so I don't get sued, right?
Yeah.
No, you
Taylor
don't get
Swift-
sued. The backlash.
Taylor Swift at the pre-show for the VMAs.
Yes.
MTV says this audio did go out like this, but they said it was a production microphone, whatever that means. Did Taylor Swift maybe have a little meal before the VMAs?
Starring Scott Eastwood. Here's the video for Wildest Dreams.
Play it again. Play it again, please.
Who knows? I do know that the lady.
Can you play it one more time, please?
The lady standing next to her did make a face when it happened. So whether or not it was there or not.
I love this.
Starring Scott Eastwood. Here's the video for Wildest Dreams.
So that's great. Mike, we talked yesterday about Larry the Loon and all of the animals that your young man plays with.
Monk,
Manny the Moose, Larry the Loon.
Monk.
Monk,
have
thank
you
you.
ever seen, this is more of a dog toy. It's like a long, elongated rubber duck that when you press it, it squeezes and it makes a squeak sound,
Okay.
right? It squawks. So what we have here is a genius. There was a bin of them. It looked like it was a dollar store. He picks up one rubber duck, makes it squawk, and then puts it back in the bin and pushes down the entire bin so you get to hear them all squawk.
Okay.
The sound is mournful yet entertaining. That's one.
That's like goats.
Oh
Yeah,
my
That's
God.
like goats.
Isn't that
Do
great?
that. Play that. That's another repeat. Play that one again, please. Thank you. That's fantastic.
And the only thing that really bothers me about that is why didn't I think of it first? I wish I had done that. A new trailer dropped yesterday for Will Smith's new movie. Interesting. It has a great cast.
I posted this. Yeah.
It has Will Smith. It has Alec Baldwin.
What's the premise again?
And it has
Concussion. It's called Concussion. It's about concussions in the NFL and the doctor that identified this traumatic brain injury and the relationship between dementia, suicide, all that, and all the crap he gets from the NFL. NFL is not going to like this. This coming out
you know
at all.
what's going to happen. It's going to be Will Smith plays a doctor from another country, so he actually affects an accent in this. He does a good job.
It looks like a pretty amazing movie.
And Albert Brooks is in it as well. But the thing that is so crazy is that the NFL did everything they did to shut down this doctor when
Really?
the story came
Oh, wow.
out. But now it's a major motion picture. The trailer is great. Here's a piece of it.
I found a disease that no one has ever seen. Repetitive head trauma chokes the brain.
The NFL does not want to talk to you. You turned on the lights and gave their biggest boogeyman a name.
You're going to war with a corporation that owns a day of the week.
No proof was presented today because there simply isn't any.
They have to listen to us. This is bigger than they are.
What you think they're doing to you now? That's nothing. You have no idea how bad this could get.
I have to keep going.
They want you to say you made it all up.
So in the history of motion pictures of the little guy trying to do good against the huge monolith
Machine,
corporation, I think this is going to be a big movie. Comes out at Christmas.
Yeah, by the way,
I'm excited about it.
I'm not somebody who thinks you eradicate the NFL, and there are plenty of people that are from that school of thought that say, this is really you're putting people's lives in danger. However, I do believe that if this moves in the direction of full disclosure, where the guys that are doing the gladiators that want to do this, you're going to be participating in a sport where you have this risk, and it's what's the average? 4 or 5 years, maybe 4 years, something like that.
3.5 years.
Yeah, 3.5 years. You're going to have to have greater disclosure. I don't think, and I could get, believe it or not, I hate to say this, a lot of people get pissed off, give a rat's ass about the fans. Fans aren't relevant here.
You're
but
right.
what's relevant are the young men that are putting their asses on the line and doing this.
If they decide to play it with all the information, it's on.
With all the information, that's probably where we're going to.
But what's great here is that we are using mass media to shine a light on it. They're informed.
People still box.
That's true. That's very
Absolutely,
true.
yeah.
You know,
That's
when
never
I
going to
found
go
out
away.
about it, that's when I hung up my gloves.
I love the
Forget
NFL,
it.
and by the way, I love football, and I wouldn't want to see it go away. But inform these guys so that if something happens, and I mean when I say inform, don't just say, oh, by the way, congratulations on your NFL contract. Sign this little paper right down here. No, you really, really indoctrinate these guys, and even from a young age when you're playing Little League, so so that down the road, if something develops, you can be aware of it and not be a junior Seau and kill yourself over something like this. That's what I hope happens.
Here,
I really
here.
do.
That is your Magic Audio Vault.
Oh,
Have a great
I'm sorry.
Tuesday,
Thank you.
everybody.
Oh, my God. I forgot we were done. Sorry, got to get out of here.
Right.
That's because of my traumatic brain injury.
How's
Sorry
that?
about that. Anyway, that's it. Another Mike O'Mara Show has come and gone. Be sure and join us again for more fun and more thrills at MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you want to correspond with the Mike O'Mara Show with a letter or package, send it to TMOS, Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia, 20177. To get your message or birthday request into the Wednesday mailbag, send it tonight after midnight to Rob with 2 P's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. We rely on your word of mouth. Tell a friend or family member about TMOS and make sure they get it too. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara inviting you to join us again for another episode of the Mike O'Mara Show. Bye-bye, everybody.
So long.
Ciao, ciao.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.